Welcome, joining to the sixth and final episode of Eye of the Storm. I'm Beatrice DaCosta.
And I'm Zachary Mahabir.
We've got the top stories from St. John's and beyond, and we're going to bring them straight to you. This is Eye of the Storm. Hello, and welcome back to the news. Politics is back in the spotlight on campus with the student body officially picking out their newest student government members. As of March 24th, the real ticket swept the board at elections. The election has been an interesting turn of events with technology and rumors of negative campaigning possibly having a heavy hand in its final results. Nonetheless, congratulations to the real ticket for the win, and we are very excited to see what you will bring to campus next year.
Speaking of the power of technology in and around St. John's campus, a few photos and other videos are going viral around campus that have students increasingly upset. A student claims that while eating at Monty's dining hall, she found what others and she believed to be a cooked rat in her food. The group took photos and the pictures began circulating around campus, being sent from one student to another. This is, however, where things get confusing. The student claims that upon reporting to dining workers of the mystery meat, they dismissed her and threw it away. She also claims that she spoke to the university, who she says dismissed her claim since there was no physical evidence to present. Dining services, however, reported that it was simply a vein in the beef she was eating, and that the food is always prepared in healthy conditions.
Habitat for Humanity hosted an event on the Great Lawn this past week called Shackathon. We sent out our reporter, Robert Bartels, to get more info on the event.
Hi, I'm Robert Bartels with WRED-TV. I'm outside St. Augustine Hall right now, where Habitat for Humanity is hosting the Shackathon. Let's go figure out what it's all about.
Well, Shackathon is an awesome event when we raise awareness and money for affordable housing. Habitat believes that a basic part of human dignity is to have a good, safe, clean place to live. So that's what we're working for today, to raise awareness. We had 13 different Greek orgs that collaborated with us, and it's a lot of fun.
I think it's really important to raise awareness on the issues of affordable housing, so this event definitely raised awareness for everybody who walked by the Great Lawn.
With the money that we're spending, which is $100 per org, to build these shacks and to tear them down, all that money goes to them essentially. So I think it's a great cause.
You start to understand and realize what all the little things what it takes to build a house, what we take for granted every day because we're just giving it. So it was a fun experience, but it also was something great to realize what we have in value.
Wow, we just saw a lot of commitment and hard work from these Greek life students, and on behalf of St. John's, we'd like to say thank you to them. I'm Robert Bartels with WRED-TV. Back to you guys in the studio.
It's been an interesting past few weeks in sports, and with the addition of the MLB season starting up, we're going to take it to Paraskevas Alfontas and Christina Garrison to cover it all on SportsWire.
Thanks, Zach and Beatrice, and welcome to SportsWire. I'm Christina Garrison.
And I'm Paraskevas Alfontas. The St. John's baseball team has been red hot all season and look to continue their winning ways as they face off against Creighton this weekend in a 3-game series. As we approach Big East play, the team is in good position to be a dominant force in the conference, as they are currently ranked 4th in the country. The Red Storm has seen strong contributions from players such as Jesse Berardi and Sean Mooney, both recently named Big East Players of the Week for the season. They'll need to continue those strong contributions this weekend against Creighton, as the Blue Jays hold a 7-5 advantage over the Red Storm in all-time matchups.
This weekend, the women's track team travels to Florida for the Hurricane Alumni Invitational, starting this Friday afternoon with the field competitions where Nyla Woods and Jennifer Odomene will lead the way in the hammer throw and Julia Schwan in the high jump. Saturday will host the remaining events such as the 4x400, 100, 200 dashes, and much more. The team will need a big weekend after coming in 4th at the outdoor season opening Penn Invitational back in March. However, their hopes should still be high with the majority of the outdoor season far from over. It's been a struggle for the St. John's lacrosse team, to say the least. The team is 1-9 overall and lost their first game in the Big East play on April 8th. They look to get back on track as they prepare for the defending Big East champs Marquette. Marquette leads the all-time series against St. John's 3-1, proving that this weekend is a much-needed game for the Red Storm. Despite the struggling season, a strong individual performance by Jason DeBenedictis was put forth on Tuesday against Yale University, where he recorded the 8th hat trick of his career. Hopefully he has more tricks up his sleeves this weekend to earn the Red Storm their first Big East win.
This week, the MLB hosted opening day this Sunday, April 2nd. The Mets and the Yankees returned to action this week, with only the Mets earning a win on the respected opening day. But the biggest news didn't come from the action on this week. Rumors have surfaced that Yankees legend Derek Jeter is interested in owning a Major League Baseball team. He's reportedly interested in a part ownership with what many think to be the Yankees, but more so the Miami Marlins. Many New Yorkers have expressed their distraught feelings at the thought of their beloved shortstop involved in another organization. Marlins manager Don Mattingly, however, is thrilled at the idea of Derek Jeter as an owner, saying, "I'm sure he'd be good. He pretty much seems to be good at everything he tries to do." Jeter also spoke on the matter, stating, "I have to make sure I'm fully prepared before I would own a team. Only time will tell where Jeter decides to end up, but it's obvious New Yorkers will be more than happy to hear that he chooses to be owner of none other than the New York Yankees."
Now, there is only one man in NBA history to have 41 triple-doubles in a season, Oscar Robertson, a feat no one could ever reach, until Tuesday night. In a game against the Milwaukee Bucks, Russell Westbrook tied Oscar Robertson's record with 41 triple-doubles. Westbrook has been putting together a historical season that has him overshadowing the rest of the competition. His performances has had him at the top of the MVP discussion heading into the playoffs and has also put him in position to average a triple-double, which hasn't been done since, you guessed it, Oscar Robertson back in 1962. With 4 games left in the regular season, Westbrook has an opportunity to break records, cement his name into history, and solidify his case for MVP. With all of that on the line, we are in for a historical finish to the regular season.
The St. John's baseball team played Columbia at Jack Kaiser Stadium this past Wednesday. We now go to our coverage of the event.
It's a beautiful day here outside Jack Kaiser Stadium as we wait for the St. John's baseball team to compete against the Columbia Lions. St. John's has been riding high this season with a 21-2, and we're going to be competing here today against the 5-15 Lions. This is going to be quite an interesting game.
The Lions took a commanding lead at the top of the first, with 6 runs and a grand slam by Columbia's Chandler Benson. Red Storm would eventually break through at the bottom of the 5th, seeing a comeback with 2 runs from a hit by John Valenti. It wasn't until the bottom of the 6th, however, that St. John's would eventually start to catch up, with Mike Donadio hitting an RBI to center field. Despite their best efforts, however, St. John's could not catch up, with Columbia working a very strong defense all throughout the game. The Red Storm would lose on their home plate 7-3.
Despite giving it their all, St. John's took a surprising loss against the Lions, with the final score being 7-3. Their next home game will be against the University of Albany. For SportsWire, I'm Nicole Augusto, WRED-TV.
We hope you enjoyed the latest and greatest in news from all of us here. I'm Skaggs no Fontos.
And I'm Christina Grierson. Back to you guys.
Thanks, guys. This past Friday, the College of Professional Studies hosted a concert to pay respect to our veterans. Alyssa Donetta has the story.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Donetta, reporting from the Little Theater. There was a concert entitled A Salute to Our Veterans of SJU, sponsored by the College of Professional Studies. It was a concert that had a wide variety of music. Let's go check it out.
The event was a concert to benefit the campus military groups, and I think it's the first time that the group has done that. It's the first time for me. I just joined about 6 weeks ago.
Most of the songs that we played were songs that were very popular with the veterans from the 40s. In the Mood, which was Glenn Miller, and he was very big with the World War II situation. As a matter of fact, he died during World War II in a plane crash.
Oh, it's a profound delivery for me to get all these hearts in one place, to do the thing we do naturally, and there's no divas, and it's just it's a natural thing.
It made me so happy, and I tutored the vets. I'm going to tell them you should have been here.
It seemed to go over well. You know, if the musicians feel good and the crowd feels good, then it's good.
That was a salute to our veterans. A wonderful concert for all. I'm Alyssa Donetta, WRED-TV.
Thanks, Alyssa. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Welcome back to Eye of the Storm, where we're bringing you the latest news from St. John's and beyond. New York employers will be barred from asking prospective hires to disclose their past salary history under a measure passed Wednesday by the City Council that looks to address wage disparities between men and women. In a 47-3 vote, council members approved the bill, sponsored by public advocate Letita James and Councilwoman Elizabeth Crowley, a Democrat from Queens, that prohibits public and private sector employers from using an individual's salary history to determine a new salary offer. Quote, just one underpaid position can set an individual on a course of underpayment lasting their entire professional life, City Council Speaker Melissa Mark Verito told the council as she brought the measure forward for a vote. James and Crowley, citing studies showing women are typically paid less than their male counterparts, said the measure was needed to ensure women are not underpaid.
In science news, scientists say they have detected an atmosphere around an Earth-like planet for the first time. They have studied a world known as GJ1132b, which is 1.4 times the size of our planet and lies 39 light years away. Their observations, published in the Astronomical Journal, suggest that the super-Earth is cloaked in a thick layer of gases that are either water, methane, or a mixture of both. Discovering an atmosphere and characterizing it is an important step forward in the hunt for life beyond our solar system. But it is highly unlikely that this world is habitable. It has a surface temperature of 370 degrees Celsius. Dr. John Southworth, the lead researcher from Keele University, said, "To my knowledge, the hottest temperature that life has been able to survive on Earth is 120 degrees Celsius, and that's far cooler than this planet."
Every week here at St. John's, the Food Recovery Network collects food from the dining halls on campus to deliver to a local soup kitchen. We now go to our coverage of the group.
The Food Recovery Network is a weekly school-sponsored event for academic service learning where students repackage and repurpose food from St. John's dining halls to deliver to a local soup kitchen. Every day, leftover food from Montgomery's Dining Hall, the D'Angelo Center, Marillac Cafeteria, and the School of Law is liable to be discarded or turned into compost if it's not sold at the end of the day. Rather than let it go to waste, the Food Recovery Network steps in. Every Wednesday, starting at 8 a.m., a group of students will arrive at Montgomery's and go to each dining area on campus to collect the leftover food. The food is then loaded into a van and transported to a local soup kitchen in the Church of God and Jesus Christ. The food is then weighed and distributed amongst local homeless and other people in need. The Food Recovery Network takes great pride in their work, with one of the leaders of the organization commenting that they hate to watch the food go to waste, and bringing it to people in need is fulfilling. The network began this February and hopes to spread the cause and gain more recognition on campus in the months to come. If you would like to join this cause, they meet every Wednesday at 8 in the morning in front of Montgomery's Dining Hall and will continue to do so until the end of the year.
What a noble cause. If you're interested in joining the Food Recovery Network, they can be contacted at Ibrahim Mullick 15 at stjohns.edu. Bill O'Reilly's future at Fox News is the #1 topic among Manhattan media executives, entertainment agents, and journalists. But the network is keeping mum. Seemingly the only place where it isn't being discussed is on Fox News Channel. Neither O'Reilly nor Fox has said much about last weekend's report in the New York Times about settlements with 5 different women who accused the host of sexual harassment or verbal abuse. The matter has only been addressed briefly on Fox's air, and O'Reilly hasn't discussed it in the last 2 editions of the show, The O'Reilly Factor, that have aired since the story broke. Advertisers continued to abandon Fox News' top-rated show, The O'Reilly Factor, on Wednesday, as fallout from the scandal involving the show's namesake host persisted. By Wednesday evening, the number of companies that had said they pulled advertisements from the prime time program had increased to 52. Among the most prominent were Advil, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Jenny Craig, with Bristol-Myers, Squibb, and Conagra among those that have pulled. While more than a dozen companies had deserted their advertising bookings in time for Tuesday night's broadcast, the show was not at a loss during ad breaks. Around 30 advertisements still ran that night.
Now here to give us the 411 on everything in the world of Hollywood is Anna Kalusa, Fatima Sajad, and Destiny Clow. We take it over to Entertainment Now. What's going on, guys?
Hey guys, I'm Anna Colessa, filling in for Christina Blanks.
And I'm Fatima Sajad, filling in for Sebastian Cintron.
And I'm Destiny Clow. We're here for Entertainment Now, here again to give you the inside scoop on this week's trending celebrity topics.
If you remember our last Entertainment Now, you may remember how we discussed Mama June on Here Comes Honey Boo Boo fame. Well, she's back in the news again. Her ex, Sugar Bear, invited her to his wedding with Jennifer Lamb as a show of goodwill. Unfortunately, things did not turn out that way, as Jennifer refused to allow Mama June to be at her wedding and demanded that she get out of her house.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I wouldn't have gone personally because it's drama. Like, you just want to celebrate love, and obviously she knows if she would have went, like, it wouldn't be about the wife, you know?
She's like taking the bride's attention. That's not fair.
Especially how she's looking after her surgery. She's looking good. So I can understand that. By this point, I think most of us have seen the recent Pepsi ad that Kendall Jenner starred in. The ad features a member of the San Francisco Police Department, which is a problem as the SFPD claims that they never gave the producers permission to use their likeness. Matters aren't helped by the fact that the uniform that the officer wears in the ad bears a strong resemblance to the actual uniform worn by the SFPD officers, just with a slight color swap.
Everybody knows that commercial is just crazy. I didn't like it at all. It's like no one's happy during the protest. There's no people dancing, smiling. It's just
a serious matter.
They just made it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Major L on Pepsi's part, but maybe we could send Kendall to solve Syria's problems. I don't know, maybe.
Just hand them a Pepsi, honestly.
But moving on.
If only we knew.
But moving on into a name that we haven't heard in a while, Sean Kingston is in trouble for committing theft. The rapper bought a Norman Silverman diamond Rolex watch that was priced at $46,000. Now, after paying $10,000 up front, he sent a check for the remaining $36,000. Unfortunately, the check then bounced. The jeweler then contacted Kingston for the remaining money, but he has allegedly ignored all their messages and gone completely radio silent. What makes the story truly bizarre, however, is that Kingston bought the watch over 4 years ago. Like, I'm not even playing, 4 years ago, and he still hasn't even paid off the remainder of the watch. How do you guys feel about that?
If you don't have the money, just don't do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
I think he needs to get in the studio and write a new hit song.
Exactly, he needs to get some more money. And the thing that I don't like is that a lot of celebrities try to, like, show all their money with materialistic things. But like, if you don't have the money, then don't buy anything.
I know, he's just trying to fit in, I guess. Well, famous fitness guru Richard Simmons has been out of the limelight for a long time, but rumors abound say that they might not be the case anymore. Simmons' manager has confirmed that Simmons has signed a new deal for merchandising rights. Usually these kinds of deals are accompanied from a public appearance from the celebrity themselves. Whether or not this will be the case remains to be seen. All right, this guy's not been relevant since, like, our parents.
Right, who is he? Like,
I don't know who that is. Like, workout videos.
He just looks like it's time for him to go. It's 2017. Is he even important anymore?
No, just don't even bother. Just stay under your rock.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't have no clue. No clue.
No.
Moving on to more tragic news, though. Legendary comedian Don Rickles passed away earlier this week. Well known as an insult comic back when he did stand-up, Rickles was a prominent and popular guest star on numerous late-night talk shows such as Johnny Carson and David Letterman. In addition, he is also widely remembered for his role as Mr. Potato Head in the Toy Story franchise. Friends and fans all over the country mourned his passing, with fellow comedian Jerry Seinfeld remembering him as the Mount Rushmore of stand-up comedy.
It's always sad when celebrities go away, when they pass away. It's just like,
And I remember watching Toy Story 2. I had no idea he was
I know,
Mr.
I
Potato
didn't
Head.
either. Like, that's our childhood. It's crazy.
It's a legend.
But last but certainly not least, we saved the juiciest for last. Shia LaBeouf has recently started a movie called Man Down, revolving around a Marine searching for his son. The film saw a release in England this past weekend, where it received a fairly cold welcome. And by that, I mean that it received a limited release and only one ticket was sold. Not one ticket in a particular theater, I mean one whole ticket in the whole country. But thus the film's domestic gross in England was only about £7 or $8.70, y'all.
This is when you know you've hit rock bottom.
He needs to just stick to Transformers because
that's
embarrassing. It's really embarrassing.
I mean, I just thought it was crazy after the Elastic Heart music video. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, that was bad.
Well, that's all the gossip we have for you guys this week. I'm Fatima Sajad.
I'm Anna Colessa.
And I'm Destiny Clow. Back to you guys.
Thanks, guys. That's all we have for this edition of Eye of the Storm. For all the latest content, like us on Facebook and YouTube, and follow us on both Instagram and Twitter at WRED-TV.
Also, be sure to check out WRED-TV.com to keep up with all of our episodes and find out how you can be a part of our productions. From all of us here, I'm Beatrice DaCosta.
And I'm Zach Mahabir. Thank you all for tuning in, and we hope you have a great summer.